What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Talking Time in the Six. Today we're going to be talking about my homie Pork-Choppa. We're going to be talking about how he just passed away. This is a fentanyl awareness premiere, and if you have had anybody, or if anything like this is going to trigger you, or if you don't want to hear anything about somebody ODing and jail and everything about this sort of topic, then I suggest you click off now. Alright. Okay, so we're gonna start, and okay, so as you've seen, I did one earlier, and people couldn't really hear it, so this is gonna be, it was about an hour long, this one's gonna be about half an hour long, so we're gonna jump right into it. This is gonna be a condensed version. So, Pork-Choppa, he's my neighbor, Frankie, and he's had a bad addiction that he's been battling for a very long time. He thinks he's Scarface. He's like a dude that is like a Scarface type of dude, where he gets high on his own supply, and he needs to be in a jail setting. He goes in and out constantly, right? And he comes back out on the street and uses, but when he's in there, he's a totally different dude. He's a dude that's like wanting to be up on all the politics and like wanting to be involved in like, trapping and what's going on and everything like that. So, like I was saying, so Frankie's my friend. So yesterday I wake up and I go out and I tell my neighbor that I had won on something that's going on in my life, and he's like, okay, and he was happy for me, and I was really in a great mood. So then he says to me, and he's in a down kind of look, and I'm like, what's the matter? And he looks over at Frankie's house, and he goes, Frankie passed away last night at 8 o'clock. And I'm like, no way. And he goes, up the road here. And I said, what? He goes, he OD'd. And I'm like, fucking fentanyl shit, isn't it? He goes, yeah. I'm just like, burst into tears instantly, right? And I was on the way to get my morning coffee, so I just gave dude a hug, and I ended up going on my walk to go get coffee, and I cried, and I just thought of things like, don't take your people for granted. Like, it just life goes by so quick, and like, I feel for his parents, you know what I mean? His parents have been my next door neighbors for 8 years. He still lives with his parents, even though he was 42 years old. He's never had his own place or nothing like that. Where me, I don't understand that, because I've had my own place since I'm 15, and I battle with tons of drug addiction, just as bad as Frankie, but I happened to get out of it before I died, and, rest in peace, Frankie. He was stuck in the addiction. I'd see him crawling on my grass sometimes, trying to look for, saying that he's looking for stuff, that he lost stuff, and, yeah, man, like, he was a great dude, though. Every time I'd see him, I'd always talk to him. Every week we'd do trades for cards and shit, these little cards here. So every week we'd meet up and trade, stuff like that, and, cool dude, you know what I mean? But the thing is, he's been my neighbor for 8 years, and, good friend, you know what I mean? He would back me up anytime. I don't need him to, but like, this is what's going on. One time my cousin comes over, he's Irish Jamaican, right? He's half and half. But Frankie's so messed up, he didn't know that my cousin was coming out of my place. So he sees him and he just starts mouthing off. He's like totally out of it, and he's just like, he's mouthing off to him, and he's like, anyways, the scuffle breaks out. He calls him something, calls him the N-word, and I was like, whoa. I run up and I break it up, because now my little cousin is ready to kill him. My little cousin is like a ride or die. He's like, yo, are you gonna kill this dude? Da, da, da. I'm like, no, don't do that, bro. I'm going to house. I know this dude. This is my neighbor for 8 years. I'm like, don't do that, man. I'm gonna settle this. So I talk to him. So I go over to start talking to him, and he's so high and everything. He's messed up, so he automatically, he's like, 1 minute gives me a hug, and then the next minute he's like, he swings a freaking hatchet at me and hits me, and it almost hit me in the head, but I block it, so it hits me in the arm. And so right away I end up dismantling the hatchet out of his hand. I disarm him. I disarm the weapon, and then I take his hood and I bring him close to my face, and I grab the back of his hood and I say, fucking my headbutt him, boom, break his bloody nose, and he says, listen, fucking I'll bite your fucking face off, settle down. What the fuck's wrong with you? Now, mind you, me and Chop had a fight like this before in a holding cell at the jail when we were both going to court one morning over cereal. We were fighting over cereal. Now, the reason is, okay, on the streets, he's messed up pretty bad, but he gets on his own supply. Like I said, he thinks he's the biggest dealer in the world, but he's not. He's a small dealer that deals to other addicts and gets high with other addicts and gets high on his own supply. And he doesn't consider these other addicts to be his friends. He considers them to be like his customers. And I think I might consider pretty much one of his good friends because he didn't have many friends. Okay, and so he was on the streets, my neighbor. Also in jail, he was my neighbor. So long story short is I go in jail in Penetanguishene prison, and it's like a super jail, and I didn't want to take my rings off because my dad had just recently passed away, so I'm like, no, I'm going to take my rings off. Long story short, I meet Bones from across the thing. He's on suicide watch, and we both go to the same unit, and there's some dudes there. I end up beefing with these dudes. You could tell that they're set up dudes, and they were running that unit, bouncing guys. They bounced like 30 dudes off that pod. You can go watch this. It's an old video of mine called B-block material or something like that. And he just kept bouncing dudes, a real bully. Anyways, I ended up fighting him and like 3 of his goons, and we ended up basically tying. So he wanted us to take a brew. I didn't take it. Long story short, Bones was new to jail. I had to take him under my wing and teach him a bunch of stuff, right? Like, to this day, he used some of that stuff in the pen, and he came thanking me like that got him through. I put him up on a lot of game that he said helped him save his life in there. And it was because these guys were trying to feed him crack for the first time, and his mother sent him $60 a canteen every week, right? So I didn't want him to try this stuff the first time. I don't like that shit. And I said, you ain't bringing that shit in my cell. I said, if you're in my cell, you're my cell, you're not doing that stuff, bro. If you do that stuff, you're not in this cell. Straight like that. So he just wanted to stay in the cell, and he hadn't known what it was yet, right? He didn't know what he was missing out on or nothing, because he hadn't done that stuff before, but they were trying to give it to him free so they could get him addicted, because they knew he had money. Okay, so long story short, they end up setting me up. I'm sleeping, and they pass the brew into Bones, and he's a new fish, so he doesn't know better. He ends up hiding it, and in the morning it's swollen. He doesn't know how to burp the brew or nothing. He goes to try to hide it under all this clean new clothes. I wake up, I'm like, what the fuck are you doing, Bones? Why is all this clean clothes on the ground, yo? Like, we've only been in there one night from the hole, but we both just came down. He was on suicide watch. I was in there for my rings, right? But I had ended up going to court. I was in the hole for like a week, gone to court, and then I gave my rings to my people. So at court, so then I went back. I had to wait for the white shirt. You get a blue shirt to come around, they check on you, you say, hey, you need to talk to the supervisor, which is the white shirt, which is the one who adjudicates you, which is the captain. So they go and adjudicate you, and then they put you in. This is going to be for another 7 days or whatever they give you. Okay, I think mine was like 10 days or something. And it just happened to be at the same time as this kid getting off suicide watch named Bones. So this young dude ends up being my cellie. He makes this stupid mistake of taking the brew after I told him not to 10 times. These are the dudes I fought. Are you stupid? These guys were going back to getting transferred to another jail. So basically, they didn't like it because I had been in a fight with them. They wanted me to leave. They're like, oh, go push the button, blah, blah, blah. So the only way I'm going to push the button is if I'm on a fucking stretcher and I'm on a fucking body bag, dude. I don't leave a fucking range. So then you ain't got the right one. You fucking ran into the wrong one this time. You're just bounced 30 dudes. You're eventually going to run into the wrong one. Feel me? So I fought him, faded him behind the stairs, and then 2-3 of his homies were trying to jump in, trying to do their little thing, and it didn't really get the better of me. We basically tied. So anyway, I go shower, they go shower, take turns showering. Me and the dude that got busy, the main one, showering one and one. There's only 2 showers on the pod. These super jails. Okay, so what happens is next, me and Bones go to the hole because the CO comes on the range, goes right to cell 1 where we're at. We are in cell 1 at the very left hand side on the bottom tier. Okay, so the CO goes right over. That's the first one that they unlock. That's the first one they lock up. So they go, they lock it up, but before he locks it up, he peeks his head in and goes, he smells, what, there's brew in here, I smell brew. Who's in cell 1? He goes in, grabs the big bag of brew and walks out. I'm like, yeah, right here, I'm in cell 1. Bones puts his hand in cell 1. Okay, so now we're going to the hole. For some reason, the hole's full, they put us both in the same cell again. So I put Bones up on game. Listen, I've had like 20 misconducts. If friggin' I go down for this one, I'm gonna get like so long. They go by how many misconducts that you have. I say to him, you've never had a misconduct, you're taking this. I said, you did it anyway, it's your stupidity. Yeah, I'm gonna fucking knock you out and put you in PC basically. I told you not to do it, you do it anyway, now you get us both fucking knocked. He said, what's going on is you're telling them that it's your brew, because that's the truth. You man up to it and take your own shit. And I said, listen, they're gonna give you time served anyways, because it's your first time in, and it's your first time in getting misconduct. So basically they come around like 10 days later. We had got canteen, we had ordered canteen on the unit, and it came, and because we weren't adjudicated yet, which is like the white shirt coming around giving you a sentence in the hole, and you're going lost of all privileges. Well, that hadn't happened yet because we just got there and they hadn't sentenced us yet. Okay, so once you get sentenced by the white shirt, it usually takes about a week. So they come around after like 8-9 days, and they fucking get me. I said not guilty. I know nothing about it. I don't even know about no brew. Okay, they ask him. He says I'm guilty. He doesn't know about it. It was mine. He didn't know about it. She goes, okay, you're not guilty. Okay, not guilty. You can go back to the range, and you're guilty. Time served. You can go back. And he's just amazed like that. I knew exactly what was going to happen. But yeah, that's exactly what had happened. So now, they bring us down to the unit, and we both go onto the unit, and it's supposed to be me in one cell, him in the other, 11 and 12 on the top tier. But Pork-Choppa sticks out his face out the little hatch, and he goes, no, I have a cellie. Are you supposed to come in here? And I'm like, yeah. I don't know what he did to this day. I think he got his homie to come in the cell or something before we got there. He goes, no, my cellie's at court, he's coming back, I got a cellie, right? So maybe they did a switcheroo in the morning or some shit, because they knew that cell would be empty. I don't know. But something got confused, and Chop says, yo, I have a cellie, he's at court, the cell next to me is empty. So now me and Bones end up in the cell again as cellies. 3 different cells now, cellies, right? Weird as fuck. Never happened to me in my life. This is some weird fucking shit. Kid's in there for fucking kicking the door down with a shotgun, some guy, because rolling around with his old lady, okay? Some grandma sees him carrying a shotgun in broad daylight, fucking walking around barefaced with no mask, nothing, just fucking crazy looking. Alright, so, then he gets bail, and then he end up breaching the bail, and he comes back in, and this is when I meet him, okay? He's on suicide watch. Anyway, this story ain't about Bones, it's about Pork-Choppa, so let's get into it. Pork-Choppa, he says that, and we say, okay, to the officer, yo, this is what's going on. He says, da 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 da. Everything I just said, I repeat it to the officer, what Pork-Choppa just said. The CO goes, okay, I'll mark it down and I'll switch it. So he switches it. So next thing you know, me and Bones go, I clean up the whole cell and everything. He does too. We both clean out the cells. Spotless, we get disinfected and all these, so it was nasty. So we clean it all out and everything. I disinfect the sink, toilet, and everything. But as I get there, he yells out, yo, I forgot to tell you this part when you first walk in the unit. Pork-Choppa yells out the latch, yo, Eddie, it's me, Pork-Choppa. And I'm like, yo, what's up, Pork-Choppa, bro? And I remembered that I had met this dude, Pork-Choppa, and he was like dealing to some dude that always had getting these pills, and he'd always owe all his pills, and the dude would always sold all his pills to different dudes, and then he ended up having to go to the place where he gets his pills to fucking make sure you get them off of the dude that owes you, and then next thing you know, you meet this guy named Pork-Choppa, and next thing you know, allegedly, you know what I mean? Or is that just something I read? I think that's something I read. I'm not sure where I'm going with that, but that's allegedly, I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. Yeah, you can put two and two and just imagine, okay, I'm just Pork-Choppa like that. We're looking at each other like, yo, what the fuck, who are you? We're both thinking, who are you? Who's this guy? Taking all the pills off dude that owes me. And I'm like, I want to get paid back, and so he's thinking the same shit. Alright, well, listen, so what happens is, me and Pork-Choppa end up being neighbors for like 9 months, almost a year on that pod. And, you know, when you're a neighbor with somebody, and he sat at my table, there's Flip and Bao, the two servers, sat at the table in the back. Flip, Bao, they're Asian, the one older one, he was built like a Bruce Lee, and then Flip, the younger one, Filipino, call him Flip. They were the two cleaners and servers, they call them, Quarterman or whatever. And so there's 2 other tables at the back, but there's 4 seats. So Flip, Bao, Pork-Choppa, and I. And then at the table beside was this big, tall Indian dude, Ira, and then my other friend Peter, that was an Eskimo. He was from up north, and none of it, he killed his whole family, okay? But he was a quiet dude. He was a Muslim dude, prayed by himself all the time in the corner. You know, I felt bad, he's always by himself praying and shit, so he'd teach me some Arabic. I'd go over and be with him while he's praying and whatnot, and listen to him pray. And, yeah, he was the only Muslim there. And, I just didn't want him to feel like he didn't have nobody, you feel me? The guy was a good dude, he was a quiet dude. He played chess. Very quiet dude. Played chess with him quite a few times. Yeah, but me and Pork-Choppa, we played Bidwiz. Me partners playing Bidwiz. We play Duty, the dice game. It's a Jamaican game. I showed a lot of guys up in Penetanguishene that game that didn't know about it. It's a Toronto jail game that I'm used to playing all the time. When you're in jail, it passes a lot of time. I gotta play Ludi. Ludi is one thing that killed most of my time when I'm playing on the range. Any jail I was in Toronto, I played Ludi from morning to night. These guys, you get the odd Ludi game in here and there. The other jails, you're playing Ludi for morning juice, you're playing Ludi for anything. Sticky buns, fucking canteen, you name it. Deposits, whatever. Shot-in, it's a shot-in. Toronto gentlemen know what I'm talking about. It's a gang game. It's a gang, sorry. It's like a gang. Put your block, everybody puts their block. It's just, you can play teams, you can play one-on-one, you can play cutthroat. It's a sick game. Started off in Jamaica, we call it yard. The game started off in yard and on a big wooden board. That's what I was told. Alright, so all these yardies, they're all like, teaching me that when I was real young, 18, 19 years old in adult jail. Probably a little bit younger. Just didn't play it that much because I used to watch them play in Tayak. But, you know what I mean? Back then I was like trying to stay out the mix, more or less, just fight when I had to. I wasn't really trying to get involved with all the politics until I had to. You know what I mean? It was just like, you don't want to get involved unless you have to. If people are doing something, someone's beating someone up over there, don't even look. That's my suggestion. Don't get involved in stuff you don't need to. If you gamble, make sure you have what you have to pay on you. If you're gambling, don't gamble with something you think you're gonna get. You make sure you have that shit in yourself. You better be paying it if you lose. Okay, so now Pork-Choppa and I, we used to do a deal for cereal every week. Every week he'd get my cereal. I give him my cereal Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday. Get my morning cereal and my morning little bag of milk, right? And he would give me the blue coffee every morning and buy me 2 big bags of Maxwell House canteen. They're like $2.50 something each. So like 5 something, $6 almost. 2 10 packs of Maxwell House coffee, because the blue shit was decaf, it was trash. And I used to save up and have like a big bag of the blue ones, and I would use those to trade for like sticky buns and shit to the coffee hounds. And I'd have all my coffee at Maxwell House, tons of it, and I didn't need to drink the blue ones because I had canteen. But the guys that didn't have canteen and their coffee hounds traded them for the sticky buns or their muffins or whatever. You know what I mean? I need my Twinkies to beat Mike Tyson. I'm joking. I can't believe that shit. So, anyways, I go to the house and I find out that Chomps died up the road and he had OD'd on fentanyl. And this fentanyl shit is terrible. It's a fentanyl fucking pandemic, whatever the fuck you call it, epidemic. We gotta go fentanyl awareness. Man, this video has to be fentanyl awareness. We need to share this video around. Anyone you know that ever had a drug addiction or fucking OD'd or had anyone that they love OD'd or any friends that they had OD'd, make sure you spread this shit, because this isn't my first friend. This is probably about my 50th fucking friend that this has happened to. But what's weird is ever since I was 9 years old and my grandma got murdered and I found her and the killer got found not guilty, people that are very close to me have been passing away every year. And it's the people that are closest to me. You guys know that. You know, Dave, Ricardo, you know, Tim, Jay, just goes on and on. Scott, my dad, my uncle Snake. You know, my mom's passing away. They said she has 3 to 5 more months. She's got pancreatic cancer. You know, she's tough though, man. Single mother. You know what I mean? From Toronto. She's a tough woman. Always worked her whole life. You know what I mean? Always put food on the table and always was there. You know, but she was always at work and stuff. You know, trying as hard as to pay the bills and put food on the table. But never home. Led to not really supervising much, and then I'm always like out, you feel me, out in the streets or having lots of people over. So that wasn't good. But the good thing is she's a good person. She's a great woman, and she didn't want that. She wanted me to do good in school, and that was the main thing. Great mom, shout out. Speaking of mothers, Pork-Choppa's mother, I feel so sorry for her. She's been my neighbor. They're still together, mother and father, next door neighbors. Their son passed away 42 years old. He's a man that hasn't even left the house yet because his drug addiction's so bad. His parents always let him come home. He'll go to jail for a year. That's the only place he's had on his own. And it's sad. I love the guy like a brother, man. You know, when shit goes down, and I told you guys that PK comes in Ontario, and usually in the jails, the servers look at it, right? Make the servers say, okay, how much you can have in food. Goes by respect, this, that, the third. They might take a joint, they might take it all, depending on, you know, the gang politics. So, because that unit was run by an Asian guy, Flip, and whatever, it would go 4 ways. It would go Flip, Bow, Pork-Choppa, and somebody else, so it's truly. And you know what I mean? One time a guy came in with an ounce of rock, bro. Oh my god, it got split up 4 ways. We all had a quarter of fucking hard rock, not fucking food. And allegedly, just joking around. That could have happened. Might happen, it might not happen. I just like to fucking hype up the story a little bit. This was fucking a long time ago, but I don't know how long ago. What I'm gonna say is it's alleged, and I just like to hype up the story. No one will ever know if that's true or not. Okay, that part wasn't true about the crack coming in the unit. Alright, so you can imagine how much money someone would make off something like that. So basically that never happened. Anyway, basically me and Pork-Choppa were very close. Even one time in A&D on the way to court, one time we got in a fight, and it was over cereal, because in the morning time I was so hungry I just downed my cereal, because they wake you up at 5 in the morning to go to court, and they feed you all day. It's free and cheese sandwich. Okay, so I says, fuck, you think I'm giving you my fucking cereal the day we're going to court? No, I didn't eat out of court the same fucking day as me anyway. Like, if he wasn't there, if he was still in the unit and I'm going to court, you wouldn't even fucking been near me. Like, where you wouldn't have got the cereal, what the fuck you talking cereal this morning. This is what I'm thinking after he got mad that I didn't give him the cereal and threw a punch at him. I'm thinking, that's just everything I just said. And I thought, it's like, this guy, you're my fucking friend and you're fucking fighting me over cereal. You're fucking nuts, bro. It's not even a principle. It's like, I'm choosing to give you the cereal. I don't need to fucking give you my cereal. I'm giving it to you because you're getting me coffee, right? But I'm giving you the cereal first all the time, waiting for the coffee. So technically, I'm spotting you the cereal. But anyway, it was just funny like that, and then so we just, it's all good though. We end up hugging it out. We both go to court. Neither one of us end up getting out. We both go back to the unit. Anyway, we make up. A couple of days later, the unit gets locked down for fucking like 20 days, dude. Oh my god, it's fucking ruthless. So you need your people beside you and shit like that to pass stuff or whatever. Or if you run at the canteen or something, you know, lend me something until canteen day. Give me a bag of chips, okay, yeah, no problem for it. So here you go, let me some fucking coffee still. Okay, yeah. You know what I mean? So Bones ends up going to the pen, writing me letters and shit. While I was out on the street, I ended up getting out and beat the case. So I come out, fucking Bones, I get a letter from the pen. I'm getting phone calls from all the dudes on the pod because I had a phone. I used to call home all the time on the phone. And then they're all calling me and shit. And I'm just like, fuck, I eventually cut the phone off because guys are calling me from fucking jail for like 6 months after I'm out. Like, guys, I fucking got off the range 6 fucking months ago. Like, I gotta fucking let this pod go. I can't, like, stay to this pod for the rest of my life. Like, what the fuck? Like, I don't want to be involved in the politics no more. You know what I mean? I want to go on with my life and fucking straighten my life out. I don't want to be involved in crime anymore. So that's what I did. I turned my life around and I got off drugs in 2012. I turned my life around. I stopped doing drugs. Drugs is kind of like a gateway to jail. As long as you're doing hardcore drugs, you're going to end up going to jail because you're going to be stealing for it. You're going to be too high and you're going to be making decisions that aren't going to be the best for you. Your health's not going to be great. It's not going to be good, man. It's not worth it. Get off of it. You're talking to somebody who is a recovered addict who has been there and done it, and I feel how hard it is. I know how hard it is. It's the hardest thing you'll probably ever do. It's a lot of pain. It's brutal. You don't have it, but when you go through it, after you get that finished and you're done withdrawing, think about when you start getting stronger and stronger and how good you're gonna feel when you overcome it. And you know you can overcome it. Not many people can, but some people can overcome it. It's not like fucking cocaine and crack in the mind. It's not in the mind. It's not a mind drug. It's a physical. But even here in the 90s, crack epidemic, you know what I mean? Fucking hook on. Truck was even hooked on crack because this was around back in the day. The epidemic, he was still on it back then. Every once in a while, I'll go on a crack bender. Sad, bro. Like, I would see him. And I would know when he's fucking messed up. He'd look at me and he'd just, he'd be embarrassed, you know what I mean? Because he looked up to me, And he looked up to me because I quit everything. And he knew that I was sober and he knew that I had my shit together, that I was fucking at my own place. Like, he's next door at his parents' house. I'm next door at my house. You fucking feel me? So, that's the difference. And I'm 4 years young. I'm way younger than him. Like, fucking 5 years younger than him. Maybe more. So, but yo, he's a fucking dude that was addicted to the fucking fentanyl demon. And it's a devil. It's a demon. It has killed so many Canadians. It has killed so many Americans. So many Torontonians. So many fucking North Americans. We need to make fentanyl awareness. You guys need to share this video out, like it, share it, put it on your platform, tell everybody about it. give it to their mother, have them fucking share it if they're addicted to drugs, and let them get off of it. Tell them that they can do it. Be there for them. Tell them that they can do it. Okay? Just don't give them any money. Buy them some food. Okay? That's all you gotta do. If they're asking for money, don't give them money. Give them food. Make them have a shower. Make them feel like a person again. Give them an outfit. Do some. Give them some clean socks. Give them a McDonald's voucher that they can reuse. $20 worth credits. You go in and get fucking burgers and shit, and you're fucking ready to die from not eating for a week. Not a fucking crack bender, fucking shooting fucking fentanyl in their arm every fucking 5 minutes, going on the nine, and then fucking doing a fucking head plant, and then the only reason they're waking up is because they're doing a fucking big hoot of crack. That's not no life. That's not no life, fam. Okay? I've lost so many people to that drug demon devil fucking addiction. And I don't want to lose any more. I was so surprised. Pork-Choppa was the last person I thought that was going to hear about passing away. Yeah, this fucking better be heard, because I just recorded like an hour of this pouring my heart out and stuff, and no one could hear it on the video. So this time, people better fucking be able to hear this, I hope. Thank God. Knock on wood. Rest in peace, Pork-Choppa. Rest in peace, Jay. Rest in peace, everybody. Rest in peace, Frankie. Rest in peace, Tim. Rest in peace, Cardo. Rest in peace, Scott. Rest in peace, my Uncle Snake. Rest in peace, my Uncle John. Rest in peace, my dad. Rest in peace, my grandparents. Rest in peace. So many more. I'm not gonna keep going on, but just my girl's grandma. Rest in peace. My girl's friend that was a gay dude that died recently. Rest in peace. Okay. Rest in peace to all the people that died because of Diddy. Rest in peace. Let's hope there's an afterlife, guys, because this world is starting to seem a little fucking weird to me. It's starting to seem like my life could be a movie, and I'm not sure. It could be some Truman Show shit, some 2024, some sci-fi Truman Show shit, where AI is getting so much detail, and people are always dying left and right. It's just, my life has been a movie from day one, and it just never stops. And don't worry, audiobooks coming out about my life story. Okay? Looking out for 2025. That's our goal, to get these audiobooks up and out for my biography, my life story. Okay? And we'll see you in the future, and we'll hear about all kinds of crazy things. Like, you'll be shocked about the people in my life. You'll be shocked about my life. It's a life that you would think is a movie for sure, and it's a Hollywood-worthy movie. And Hollywood's in shambles right now because of all this crazy shit going on. You don't know who's who, you don't know what's real and what's not. I'm just telling you right now, what's real is fentanyl is killing people, and please share this out so we can have some fentanyl awareness. Hashtag fentanyl awareness when you share this video out.